Good morning, class. Well, today we're going to present you about our project, which is called Dreamcatcher. It's by Peng and Julie. This is for Studio 3, winter 2016 for Professor Monica Returno. So first, our Karen is from Inner Space. It's basically a company that people can go rent their small offices for private office or co-working office. And they have two locations. The first one is in California and the second one is in Chicago. Do you want to talk about what's in each place or what uh, office that they offer?
So like they both like offering like co-working space and then like small desk like office and then like a small room of private office and then I mean it's pretty much the same like on at the both location but like because the location is different and the pricing is different too.
Yeah, so that's basically for our Karen. And so the building that we get giving is located in downtown Savannah, which is where anthropology is located. And so as you can see in the left, that the picture, that is the building that we got. So we got for the second floor and third floor. And in the right, you can see that that's basically the structure of the building.
And then, so for the concept, we decided we got inspired from the dream capture because we thought, like the rent office, like people who even like the single people or like small company, even like a designer can rent those office, and then they work in that office because they have like goals and dream to achieve. And then so we take that idea from Dreamcatcher, and then we want to create like a space within like comfortable and then
Like homey,
homey.
relaxed, and also like really good to working on that. Like when you work, you don't feel like you have to come to work, you just feel like working at home.
And
So
then-
we just try to use like furniture that are flexible and natural. Yeah, so basically that's it for our concept. So that's our concept statement. In the left is the Julie concept statement, and in the right is Peng concept statement. So at the end, we combine that like both of them are really interesting, but it's unique in each one. So we kind of combine and use both of them for our inspiration. So first we start with the block diagram. So we just basically try to list out which space we need, and then we just put in the block diagram, and then after that then we pick both diagram. The left one is from Peng and the right one is from Julie. So we both like working on it to see which one is will better on working, and then after that we came up with like
we try to lay out the furniture for on like every room, and we just put like the two big layout the two big mean room on the slides. We did conference room and private office. We just trying to like putting out the like mini layouts of furniture and see which one works the best.
yeah we just yeah. And then after that after we pick the floor plan, we just do more trace over to make sure that everything is right. Maybe like we try like different layout and try which one is more successful, and then we end up with this layout. And so this for this slide is basically a room label, like what we have in the space. And what's so unique about our space is that we have a conference room that are like a huge conference room, but it's basically can divide into smaller conference room. And we have a lot of like working lounge, which is like they have like normal lounge and also like a working lounge which is more quiet and more like easier for concentrate or like for conference room like that. And this is basically the rough RCP that we were planning how we put. And this is our final plan. And this is our building section. And this is like the sketches of this perspective when we first start of the area. And then for
And then so for we did so we make a lot of we have like co-working spaces, and then single people office, and then for a smaller company, or like there's a bigger company they want to rent an office, we offer that too. And then so that's how we so you can see like on the layout, like we really divide in like spaces into like many other smaller spaces, and then so people can have their own spaces. People can have their own space to work with.
Yeah, and as you can see that we have a lot of lounges, so basically they can not just like, okay, I'm only gonna work in private office. They can just move around in the area and actually use the space, and they can like take a choice. And then that I mentioned before, that our furniture is really flexible, so they can make like their own basically custom or like layout for their office. So they use the same furniture, but they have their own choice to make that happen.
And then for the noise, so like in that space we divide the whole space into many smaller area with the glass panel wall. So each room will have their own privacies, and then the noise control too.
Yeah, so we use like acoustical, and then also like the wall we were using like a dirt wall that are basically adjustable. Oh, sorry. That are adjustable, and then yeah, so it's good for acoustic and also good to changing noise. And like in the open area for co-working, we do like more drop ceiling, so make it more acoustic noise, like not so loud, and also more private. So for for this part, we select our color. So as you can see in the left and the right, it's like two different color theme. So we just select two palette that we feel like is more like that you feel more homey and go to our concept. So in the left is more like kind of neutral and like yellow and really like homey, cold. And then in the right is more like green and really bright, not like so bright, but in the same way have the same feeling. So what we end up is that we just combine both of them together, because we think like they both go well together.
Because we're trying to create these spaces like incorporate with like natural elements, so people who work in the office, they can also communicate with nature, not just like in the office.
So
so you can see the layout, like the whole path, like the natural light can go through like on the whole floor, and you can see like the yellow path. That's like it's like
where the sun gonna get through the space, because as you can see, like it might look like it's not go through, but all of the wall in the private office is basically we use all glass wall, so it's easier to access like the light go through the space. And then yeah, so for the sensory change and viability, so what we did is basically in co-working space and private office, we use the carpet for the area to make the different feel, that like basically if handicapped person or anyone that go in, they can feel like, oh, that's like a two different feel of it. And the reason we do that is basically is make it feel more like private, in the same way that like have the wood floor everywhere. So we have wood floor in like a hallway and everything, but then we have in co-working space and private office and lounge area, we have the carpet. So for the human factor in ergonomic,
we chose this for the system furniture. We use the company from Hayward, because all their furniture pieces is designing with based on human factors, especially for office furniture. Like people's gonna be sitting in the office for like long periods, so it's really important how they design the furniture. Like make people sitting comfy, and then even there's like they design like some pieces of furniture that like will actually make you want to get up and work, because it's not healthy to be sitting in the office for a long time without like stand up and moving.
So for the sustainability, so what we use, the carpet we use, we pick the one that are really good for environment and good for office area, and like all the carpet and paint and stuff. Like the paint is more like sustainable because it's like for the light, like how it keep the heat and everything. So we basically opt for everything from like their paint all the way to their furniture. We just try to pick the one that the most sustainable, like fabric, everything. So it's make it the space go through our concept, which a Dreamcatcher is more go to the nature style. So this is basically our final floor plan for the second floor, as you can see right there. And this is for the third floor. And then this is the color palette that we choose, as you probably see before. And then this is the furniture selection that like we point out like some stuff that like all the lamp that we use from Hayward or the shared type. As you can see there,
The system furniture that we use for smaller office, private office, and co-working spaces.
And all those furniture is like you can lay out as like a million ways. So it's not just look like that. It's like the same thing, but you can lay out differently. And that's a little more. And so that's just our perspective for the space. This is for at the second floor in their stair area. This is in the second floor for their working lounge, so like more quiet room. This is on their
The second floor, the lounge with with like a small kitchen where people can prepare their lunch, and then having little talking time or break time like in the lounge.
Yeah. And this is on the third floor, viewing from like the conference room out to the lounge area. This is in another small lounge area that we have in the third floor. This is like a big lounge on the third floor that you go in. As you can see, like the stair that you come off stair, and then you see that, and then there's co-working space back there and conference room. And then this is our conference room. So this is it. Thank you for listening, and hope you enjoy it. Bye bye.